Okay, hello you guys and welcome back to the channel. I'm Anu and today we are going to talk about an impulsive book haul that I did last weekend. So I had actually gone to buy just one book but ended up buying all these. Um, I was not going to make this video because firstly buying books in bulk is something of a very bad idea, especially when they are not original copies, pirated ones, first copy, how we eloquently call it. So this guy here sells these books, latest trending books, Instagram books, book talk wala books for very cheap, and we all know cheap books are not benefiting the author in any way. So I thought let's not make this video because I will be directly promoting buying pirated copies because they are cheap and they are easy access. But yeah, so then I went through the internet and went on to look for book hauls or videos, and then I saw that people are okay with the uh, promoting pirated copies. Like, we are so desensitized that we are not taking copyright, we are not taking this seriously, that the authors are not getting royalties, and that we are just buying low quality books because they are cheap. We are just more concerned about money. So I would say try not to buy the books of current authors that are there in this timeline from these first copies, and go to the original. Either directly go to the publishers house, bookstores, or like official bookstores, or you can directly buy from the author, which would be much preferable. And going for the first copies would be books like expensive textbooks or books that are expensive which you cannot afford to buy or cannot afford to spend so much on, or because there's still books in there and we can't do anything about it. We cannot make these people, or maybe we can make these people stop reprinting books. And yeah, try not to. I usually go to the store because I find old classics there, which are like very old books, and or mostly I don't go for the 50% off section, which are all the new books or the authors that are now selling these books. Because if I want to buy those books, I directly go to the mall and go buy books from that bookstore in the mall. Otherwise, yeah, cheap books like 50 rupees ka books or 100 rupees ka books, which are old, not of this time. But then I did end up buying some 2-3 books uh, which were there in the 50% section because I was in a book high, if I must say. So coming to the books, this was the book that I had gone for. The book is about flute lessons, and I'm currently learning how to play the flute. So I saw this last time, but then I forgot to buy it. It was out of stock. So I went for this book again and it was there. But then I ended up browsing around for other books and I found this, the South African Gandhi. Recently I read a book, Oh My Godse. I forgot the author's name. It's a well-known book around, and it's a Marathi book, and it was very well written. And I liked how the play between Nathuram Godse and Gandhi's conversation went in the book, and the story was very interesting. So that read made me buy this because Gandhi is very controversial in our country after all, and there are many different takes to his story and him as a character throughout. So yeah, that's what got me to buy this book. This cost me 150, and I hope this is a first copy, obviously, but it was there in the second-hand section. The title made me want to buy it, Wise Enough to Be Foolish by Gauri Jairam. I'm not sure if this is this looks like original. I think this does look like original, but who knows. It's about an Indian girl, the story of an Indian girl and her life. So yeah, that I wanted to read this because I like stories that are based in the Indian context, like based on the Indian's life. So I eventually go read these. And this book is The Truth About AIDS. And we had many, people come spreading awareness about AIDS when we were in school. So that topic always used to interest me. And yeah, I like to read everything about science related. And yeah, getting knowledge is like searching for knowledge is something very primary for me, and I love to it. So yes, I wanted this book for that. Again, 150, 150. This book I got because the cover was pretty. The Rickshaw Reverie, it is a second-hand copy. It looks original, so I'm assuming it's a second-hand copy. And yeah, it looks cute, and the story somehow feels like it's going to be nice. Then the next is R.K. Narayan, Swami and Friends. This looks like a first copy with the thin papers and the print being see-through. And so I had read this story, only the first chapter of the story, on Kindle Unlimited when I had Kindle Unlimited, and then I stopped because it is not so fun to read on phone. I can only read smart and manga on phone. So otherwise, yeah, books I prefer hard copies. So I wanted to get this because I wanted to read the rest of the story. All of the story actually, it was just a first chapter. And this book I found in the second-hand copy. It is not so much in good condition, but I wanted it because it was the only copy, and Devdutt Patnaik is a very well-known storyteller and he writes good stories. I think I have read a story when I was a kid, but he's famous. So I took this book because of the illustrations in this, and anything to do with mythology is everything that interests me. And I liked this book for the illustration, so I wanted to pick it up. The shopkeeper did not give me a discount for this. So it was again for 150, and that guy was like, oh, if you don't want it, give it, I'll keep it, someone else wanted it. And then I was like, no, I want it. And then the shopkeeper made me recommended this book, and I ended up buying it because the author is again Devdutt Patnaik. It's a book called Sati Savitri. It's Penguin Publications. I'm not sure if it's a first original or a first copy. It looks like a first copy. Then I was like, hey, it's a first copy. It's not, the ink is all smeared. And then I was like, yeah, let's buy it for 2. It's fine. Just one book is fine. So yeah, that is all I had bought. And since I'm sharing about books, I'll also share this that I got last year when we were on a college trip to Delhi in a publishing house, So we were browsing through the books, and someone saw an illustrated copy of the Kama Sutra, and everybody was like showing to each other and giggling about it. And then someone said, I think it was my professor, someone said, hey, show it to Anushka, she'll be interested. And yeah, so I was like, yes, I'm interested, I'm going to buy it. But then I did not go for the illustrated copy. I went for this one because it will have more information, more writing matter, and the illustrated copy had just a few lines here and there on the pages. And since it was in a very bad condition, the shop owner cleaned it and he gave it to me for 100 only. This book actually cost 195, but he gave it to me for 100. So I have to start this, and I'll make a video about this book, for sure. I hope so. And that is all. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.